wonderful. Reverend Richard Coles joins us now. Richard, congratulations. What a sensational experience it's been for us to watch. How has it been for you to be a part of?
It's been absolutely fantastic. Not what I expected at all. I thought it would be fairly tough. It was much tougher than I expected. And I thought it would be OK. And it's been absolutely wonderful. I've loved every minute of it.
You can't quite have loved every minute, though, Richard, because I saw some of those challenges and I honestly don't know how you did them. And you did them with such
particularly eating, you're talking about. Yeah.
Aplomb. You just got on with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think whoever thought a fermented herring was a good idea should ever have got off the blocks, personally. But it's a delicacy in some countries, so I thought if they could like it, I could like it. And the point is, at the end of it were stars, and stars meant meals, and meals meant happy campers, and it was all about having happy campers.
So the fermented herring was particularly bad. Is there anything else that you will never be trying again if anybody offers you up something or other, Richard?
Well, I don't think the cockroach as a canapé is another idea that's going to take off. That was pretty bad. Mouse tail and mouse feet, too, not great. In fact, there was nothing I was served up in a food trial, but we wish on your worst enemy. But we prevailed.
You did prevail, and you got the stars, which was the most important thing for eating. You also said it was harder than you thought it was going to be. What was harder?
It's physically very arduous, actually. The days are long, the sun is hot, the climbs are steep, and the challenge is, I sort of feel like I've gone 15 rounds with Barry McGuigan. But Barry McGuigan did teach me, I've now got the deadliest left hook in the Church of England, I think. So
nice. Swings
and roundabouts.
But can he see? He needs glasses. That's the problem. When you talk about the Church of England, how difficult was the junkyard challenge where you had to lie, Richard? How difficult was that?
It was embarrassingly easy. I think, like most vicars, I've always fantasised about being the spirit of evil. And Maura, I blame her entirely. She encouraged me. But we did have lots of fun doing that, and it worked. So hurrah for evil.
You certainly have bonded with a couple of those campmates. We saw it in the little clip, particularly you and GK Barry, Maura as well. You got on very well with. I mean, there was a sort of a coming together of you and the young ladies in the camp, Richard.
Well, yes, I don't know why that was. I mean, I'm used to being stopped by hen parties for a kiss, but this was much more than that. GK and Maura and I think we just really hit it off, and GK especially. I was hoping for a bromance when I got into the camp. I just didn't think it would be with GK, but it was, and she's fantastic, and we're looking forward to continuing our friendship. And Maura I knew before, actually. We'd met on the wheel, where we both got our questions wrong. So it was nice to get a few things right with Maura.
Well, because I saw you come out of the jungle and you were doing your interview with the Ant and Dec, and then you were talking about going for a vajazzle.
Oh, yes.
With GK. Have you learnt what that is, and will you still be going for one?
Well, I thought a vajazzle was a vuvuzela, but they're very different things indeed. So when they said we'll go for a vajazzle, I thought we'd be playing on toy trumpets. But now I know what a vajazzle is, and that's something I will leave to others. It's not for me.
Well, you say that, though, because aren't your nieces keen to get GK to help you with your TikTok? I think you and GK going for joint vajazzles on TikTok would break the internet, Richard.
Well, it might break the internet, but it'll also completely rule out my chances of ever making it to be Archbishop of Canterbury, because I understand there's a vacancy. So much has happened since I've been away.
I love it. But in all honesty, though, one of the lovely things about watching the show, and I'm sure you felt this as well, was all of you together, and actually Ant and Dec mentioned it the whole time, that all your barriers came down really early this time in the jungle, and that all of you just gelled together so well and lifted each other when you needed to and helped each other along the way. What was the secret to it, do you think?
I don't think it's a big secret, actually. I think, and I learnt this as a vicar, is people come together and their sort of natural goodwill and their desire to create something that's harmonious just happens, just don't get in the way of it. And we were lucky that the group of people was particularly well suited, I think. And we just had a great time. And the minute it really took off, we all worked hard to keep that morale high. And that's the difference, I think, between having a fantastic time and having a tough time.
Yeah.
And it just worked. And we had a wonderful time. We're in the middle of a party now. You've dragged me away from talking to eyelashes about the offside rule, actually. But don't worry, it's nice to talk to you. But I'd be very keen to get back to them.
You are looking particularly dashing as well, Richard. It looks like you've scrubbed up, and you're saying it wasn't for me and Kat, it was for the party.
Well, of course, always for you two, but actually for the party. In fact, I managed to get one of the security guards to drive me to the poshest shopping mall in the whole of the Gold Coast, and I whizzed in and got this scarf and whizzed out again. So it's all going very well.
Aww. And what are you going to take away from the whole experience, do you think? Because it's so interesting. When you first come out of the jungle, it's all a bit of a shell shock, and you see all the videos back and you see all your time there. But now you've had a minute to think about it. What are you going to take away, do you think?
It was a magical experience. I've got 12 really good mates that I didn't have before. I've learned stuff about myself. And I think most of all, it's a renewed willingness to say yes to life's challenges and adventures. Sometimes hard to do that when you're in your 60s, as I am, but that's no reason not to say yes. I'm so glad I said yes. And I've been rewarded for it so hugely. It's been a really, really great experience.
It's been wonderful watching you absolutely shine in there, Richard, as we knew you would. It's been a real joy. I'd imagine you've got quite a busy Christmas coming up as well. Have you got sort of a hectic schedule when you land?
Well, I've managed to offload most of my Christmas to unsuspecting friends and neighbours. So actually, I'm just going to breeze through Christmas, I think, and then let my feet hit the ground and see what it looks like. But it was like a dream. It was a really, really wonderful dream, but in fact, it was reality. Yeah,
wonderful dream and sort of a fever dream at times as well, with some of those things you had to put yourself through. We've loved it, haven't we?
Oh, it's been brilliant. And you were so brave and so brilliant and funny during the whole thing. It was absolutely lovely to watch.
We'll let you get back to that party. Big love to all the gang down there. I hope you have a wonderful celebration for your last few days, and we'll look forward to seeing you having hit the ground in 2025, Richard.
Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good Christmas.
Lovely to see you.
Happy Christmas.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.